Hi. A few years ago, I was flying, and I say a few years ago, it's been about 15 years ago, but a few years ago I was flying on a plane. I was going to grad school in Texas, and I was coming back to Central Illinois for Thanksgiving. And so I was flying on a plane to St. Louis from Houston or something, or Austin, and when I was on the flight, I I had to go to the bathroom. So I went to the back of the plane where the bathroom is, and I got back there, and there was a line. I kind of waited in line for a minute. And when I finally got into the bathroom, I noticed as soon as I got in there that there was a $20 bill like sitting in the sink, and so the person before me had apparently it had fallen out of her purse or dropped it. And I kind of had seen her from back because I was waiting in line. And so I almost went to get her, but by the time I had gotten in there and everything, I knew she would have been far enough down, and I really had to use the bathroom, and I'd been waiting in line. So I said, you know what, I'll worry about getting the money back to her after I go to the bathroom, because I figured she was already down. There's a line. I'm going to have to wait back through the line and everything. So I just sort of waited. When I got out, I decided I would, try to find her. So I asked the flight attendant, who happened to be standing there back of the back, because that's where their area was, if she might have seen or know who it was. I said, I noticed that there was this $20 bill. And so she proceeded to find the lady and get it back to her. Now, the point of the story, though, is that this kind of fits with this idea of, that my actions determine what is right or wrong. For me in that situation, I gave back that $20 bill, not because I couldn't use it, not because I wouldn't have wanted it, not because it was right or wrong, but the main rationale I remember when I was on that plane was I thought, if I were to drop a $20 bill in the sink and lose it, it would kind of not be great. Especially at that point in my life when I was making, $8,000 a year as a grad student, and had to pay had to pay a little bit of tuition on top of that. That was a big deal to me. I mean, that was a very big deal. I was $20 would have been a very big deal to me. And so I think that, for me, giving that money back to that lady was of great importance. Because I thought if I were to lose $20, I would want somebody to give me the $20 back. And for the only way for me to create reality of where people give back money is for me to be the kind of person who, when I find money, I give it back. If you want to live in a world in which people give back money when they find it, that it's not theirs, and they can easily find the owner of the money, then you should be that kind of person. Because if you're not, then you can't expect the rest of the world to be that way. And when you lose money, you will simply have lost it. And for me, that is exactly what Kant is getting, or not Kant, I keep wanting to say Kant, and I mean Sartre. That's exactly what Sartre is getting at with the effects on ethics. That by our actions, that we create reality. That man chooses what is right or wrong by his actions. If you live your life and are comfortable keeping the money, then what you're saying is it's okay if people find money and don't try to get it back to the rightful owner. If you take something that's not yours, you're saying, hey, it's okay for people to take and keep something. And in that situation, what I was saying it is not right for me to keep it. I should try to get it back to the person. I should try to do the right thing, or as I saw it. And by doing that, I determined what was right and what was the right way to behave. And in the same way, that's the way Sartre sees all ethics, and existentialism tends to view all ethics, is how we live, how we do things will determine what it is to be what it is for something to be right. As a short aside to this story, I always have to share this. The flight attendant was really amused, oh, I can't believe you're so honest, and was very saying, oh, I can't believe you're so honest. It's so nice of you, very gracious, and was very polite. Very very sort of just impressed. And so she offered to give me a complimentary beverage of the alcoholic variety, and so I had, and I think she gave me two, so I had 2 drinks for free, which it's a fair amount of money on a plane, and then she gave me a voucher for like $50 or $25 off my next flight that, with their airline. And she also, as we were landing, she got on the PA, or the speaker, and she said, "We have a very honest passenger named Tim on board, so I'd like to dedicate a song to him." And she proceeded to sing the flight song. She was Southwest Airlines. She had like same Southwest theme song as we were landing. And and then how you get the little bags of peanuts, or at least used to before peanut allergies were a big issue. They would have those little bags. Well, they all come in a bigger plastic bag, and she gave me the master plastic bag of peanuts. So I got all this stuff just for being honest. So I guess the other side, and the reason I always tell that is you do these things, and I didn't do it in order to get something. I did it simply because I felt like that was what I had to do to create a reality in which people were honest. But I also got quite a bit of swag out of the whole thing. And then the owner of the money came up to me, or the person who they'd returned the money to, said, "I think you were the person who found the money." And she said, "Thank you." And she proceeded to give me her business card, and she ran a casino down in Corpus Christi. And she said, "If you're ever down there, we'll set you up, and help you." Like basically offered me comp stuff for being honest and nice. I never did take her up on that offer, but I was like, boy, this is like the best $20 ever spent.